Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something I've wanted to test for a long time. I took two complete fishing setups, one that cost me under $50 and one that ran over $500, and I fished the exact same spot, same day, same bait, same techniques. And the results honestly shocked me. Stick around because by the end of this video you're going to know exactly where your money actually matters and where manufacturers are just taking advantage of you. Let me introduce the budget setup first. I spent exactly $47 at a local discount store. Here's what I got: a fiberglass spinning rod, a basic no-name spinning reel, 0.30mm monofilament line, and a small assortment of rubber worms and cheap metal spoons. Nothing fancy. The rod feels a bit hollow, the reel has some plastic grinding noise, and the line, well, let's just say I don't trust it completely. But millions of people fish with setups like this every weekend. So let's see what it can do. Now the premium setup. Total cost: $520. I've got a 7-foot medium fast carbon fiber rod. Incredibly light, you can feel everything through it. Paired with a Japanese-made spinning reel, 9 ball bearings, super smooth drag. The line is braided 10 pounds PE line with a fluorocarbon leader. And the lures, oh man, we've got articulated swim baits, a premium drop shot setup, and some hand-poured soft plastics. This is the kind of gear you see in professional tournament fishing. It looks incredible, but does it catch more fish? That's the question. We fished a mid-sized freshwater lake, about 200 acres, mixed structure. Some open water, some weed edges, a few submerged logs near the eastern bank. Water temp was around 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Light wind from the southwest, partly cloudy sky. Perfect conditions. I fished the same 4 spots with both setups, switching rigs every 45 minutes. To keep it fair, I used identical bait on both. Same brand of soft plastic crawfish imitation. The only variable was the rod, reel, line, and terminal tackle. Let's get into what actually happened. Let's talk rods first. The biggest real difference is sensitivity. With the premium carbon rod, I could feel every tap, every light nibble, every time the lure dragged across a rock. With the budget fiberglass rod, I missed at least 3 bites I only noticed when I saw the line twitch. Fiberglass is more forgiving, great for beginners, harder to snap, but you lose that direct connection to what's happening underwater. Here's my honest take: if you fish lures and need to detect subtle strikes, sensitivity matters. If you're float fishing with bait and waiting for a bobber to go under, an expensive rod gives you almost zero advantage. Reels are where I noticed the second biggest difference. And it's not where most people think. The budget reel worked fine. It cast okay, it retrieved okay. But after 2 hours, my hand was more tired because the retrieve wasn't as smooth. The drag on the budget reel? It stuttered when a bigger fish made a run. I almost lost a decent bass because of it. The premium reel's drag was butter smooth. Instant response, no hesitation. Here's the lure mistake I made early in my fishing life. I spent money on a fancy rod and paired it with a garbage reel. Don't do that. If you're going to spend money on one thing, make it the reel. A good reel on a cheap rod beats a cheap reel on an expensive rod every time. Nobody talks about line enough, and I think it's the most underrated variable in fishing. The budget monofilament I used had memory. It came off the spool in coils, which killed my casting distance and accuracy. The braided line on the premium setup cast like a laser. But here's the thing: braid isn't always better. In clear water, fish can see it. That's why I used a fluorocarbon leader. Fluorocarbon is nearly invisible underwater and has almost zero stretch, giving you better hook sets. My lure hack: even if you use a budget rod and reel, upgrade your line. A $10-15 spool of quality mono or a $25 braid upgrade will immediately improve your fishing, guaranteed. Line is the only thing between you and the fish. Okay, lures. This is where things get controversial. I genuinely expected the premium swim baits to crush the cheap rubber worms. And in terms of action in the water, yes, the expensive lures looked incredible. Hyper-realistic, perfect wobble, beautiful colors. But guess what caught the first 3 fish? The 80 cents rubber worm from the budget pack. Fish are opportunistic predators. They're not reading price tags. What matters in lures is matching the hatch, meaning matching what fish are already eating in that water. Size, color, and action. A $1 lure in the right color catches more fish than a $20 lure in the wrong one. That said, premium lures have better hooks, better hardware, and hold up much longer. Over a season, they're often worth the cost. I did an actual distance test. Same lure weight, same casting style, just swapping setups. The budget rod and reel averaged about 28 meters of distance. The premium setup hit 38 to 42 meters consistently. That's a massive difference. And accuracy? With the premium setup, I could hit a specific spot near a submerged log from about 25 meters away. With the budget rod, I was landing 2 to 3 meters off target regularly. Does this matter? Absolutely. Fish hold tight to structure. Logs, weed edges, rocks. If you can't put your lure exactly where the fish are, you're leaving catches on the table. Casting improvement is one of the most real advantages of better gear. Alright, the moment you've been waiting for. After a full day of fishing, same spots, same bait, same angler. Here are the results. Budget setup. 7 fish caught. Premium setup. 11 fish caught. So the expensive gear caught more fish, but not dramatically more. What I noticed is that the premium setup helped me detect more subtle bites and land fish more reliably once hooked. I missed 2 fish on the budget setup due to line issues and 1 due to a hook straightening on a cheap lure. If I'm being honest, the skill of the angler matters more than any piece of gear. But when 2 equal anglers fish side by side, better gear will give a real edge. Here's the biggest mistake I see beginners make constantly, and I made it myself. They spend all their budget on the rod and reel and have zero money left for good terminal tackle. Hooks, swivels, sinkers, leaders. And then they fish with bent hooks, rusty swivels, and no leader, and wonder why they're losing fish. The terminal tackle touches the fish directly. It's the last link in the chain. A $2 pack of sharp Gamakatsu hooks will catch you more fish than spending that $2 on upgrading your rod grip. Prioritize. Line, hooks, and bait first. Rod and reel second. Everything else is bonus. Let me talk about hook sets, because this surprised me. With the braided line and fast action premium rod, hook sets were instant and firm. The nearly zero stretch in braid means when you snap the rod back, the energy transfers directly to the hook. With monofilament and a slow fiberglass rod, there's so much stretch and flex that some of my hook sets barely penetrated. I lost 2 fish this way. The fix if you're on a budget. Use a slightly faster hook set motion to compensate for mono stretch. And check your hook sharpness constantly. A sharp hook on a budget rod beats a dull hook on an expensive one every single time. Here's something no amount of money can buy. Reading the water. I watched an older guy at the same lake that day, maybe 60 years old, basic rod that looked 20 years old, and he outfished me for the first 2 hours. Why? He knew exactly where the fish were holding based on wind direction, time of day, and water temperature. He cast to the shaded side of a weed bed I completely ignored. Knowing when and where to cast is worth more than any gear upgrade. My advice: before you spend another $1 on tackle, spend $0 on YouTube videos about fish behavior, seasonal patterns, and reading structure. That knowledge compounds forever. Let's talk long-term value. The budget reel started showing where after just 1 full day, the bail spring felt softer, and I heard more grinding. The premium reel? Still silky after many trips. Budget rods also tend to develop microfractures at the guides, and cheap line degrades faster in UV light. Over a full season, if you fish 20 to 30 times, that $47 budget setup might need replacement twice. costing you $94. The $520 setup, maintained properly, could last 5 to 10 years. So the math does eventually favor quality, but only if you fish regularly. If you fish twice a year, by budget, enjoy it, don't stress. So what's the smart move if you're working with limited cash? Here's my recommended budget build that maximizes real-world performance. First, spend $30-$40 on a mid-range rod. Brands like Ugly Stick or Shakespeare offer great value. Second, spend $40-$60 on a mid-range reel, Shimano Sienna or Penn Pursuit. These are massive upgrades from bargain bin gear. Third, spend $15 on quality braided line. Fourth, spend $10 on fluorocarbon leader material. Fifth, buy only 3 or 4 proven lure types for your target fish. Total, around $115-$130. That setup will genuinely compete with gear costing twice as much. The sweet spot in fishing gear is always the mid-range. Okay, real talk, story time. When I first started fishing, I saved up for months and bought a $300 rod. I was so proud of it. First trip out, I set it down on the dock to grab a snack, and it slid right into the lake. Gone. 6 feet of water. I dove in after it and actually got it back, but the reel was destroyed. That taught me something important. Expensive gear needs expensive care. A $10 rod holder, a reel cover, a rod sock. These tiny investments protect your big ones. And also, maybe don't set your rod down near the edge of a dock. Learn from my mistakes, people. Let me give you 5 pro tips that apply regardless of what you're spending. 1. Always check and retie your knot after every big fish. Knots weaken. 2. Wet your knot before tightening. Dry friction cuts line strength by 30%. 3. Store your rods horizontally, not leaning in a corner. It prevents warp. 4. Clean your reel with a dry cloth after every saltwater or muddy trip. Salt and grit destroy bearings. 5. Replace your line at least once per season. Old line has memory, UV damage, and weak spots you can't see. None of these tips cost money. They just require attention. And attention is free. Here's my honest summary of what premium gear actually buys you. Beyond just catching fish, it buys you confidence. When you pick up a well-balanced, smooth rod and reel, you fish with more intention. You make more casts, you try more techniques, you stay focused longer. It buys you comfort, less fatigue on long days. It buys you precision, that extra casting accuracy I mentioned. And it buys you longevity. What it doesn't buy you is fish sense, patience, or knowledge of your local water. Expensive gear in the hands of a clueless angler loses to cheap gear in the hands of someone who really knows what they're doing. Every single time. So what's the final verdict? Does expensive gear catch more fish? Yes, but only marginally, and only in specific situations. The biggest gains from premium gear are sensitivity for lure fishing, smooth drag for fighting big fish, casting distance and accuracy, and long-term durability. The smallest gains are the rod handle, flashy colors, brand names, and anything labeled professional that costs triple for 10% better performance. My personal rule: spend 30% of your budget on the reel, 25% on line, 25% on lures matched to your local fish, and only 20% on the rod itself. And always, always fish more. Nothing upgrades your catch rate like time on the water. That's everything I've got for you today. We tested it all: rods, reels, lines, lures, same lake, same day, same angler. And the truth is, gear matters, but you matter more. Start with what you have, learn your water, and upgrade smart when the time is right. If this video helped you even a little bit, I want to ask you one small favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I know every YouTuber says that, but here's the thing. In fishing, we believe in luck. And liking this video and subscribing? That's basically a good luck charm for your next fishing trip. Tight lines, tight knots, and I'll see you on the water.